Welcome to the October 14th, 2009 meeting of the Design Review Board, Radnor Township. We have 13 items on the agenda tonight, so we might as well get started. The first item is DRB-09-40, Baker Properties. This is for 311 Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, a facade renovation, and this is a continuation from our September meeting. Are the Baker Properties folks here?
I do not think they're here, so
Okay.
they had some major revisions to make. I didn't hear anything from them, so I don't think they'll be here tonight, so we'll continue to
Okay.
next month.
All right, so we'll move on, and if they do show, we'll come back to them. Second item on the agenda is DRB-09-41. It's 950 Haverford Road LP for 958 County Line Road in Bryn Mawr for a pole sign.
Is this
All
continued?
right, good evening. I should just mention a couple things. I'm sorry. The table where the gentleman's putting the pictures is where you should put things if you want. There's a camera up above that can see them, and also hopefully people can turn their cell phones off.
Good evening. I came before you back in July. We are renovating the building at 958 County Line Road in Bryn Mawr. You may have seen the renovations. They started recently. Just to refresh your memory, the front facade is going to be upgraded and look similar to the building next door. And I came before you regarding the facade and also regarding a sign that we'll be putting up in the front. And I'm here to you this evening to talk about a new pole sign in the back of the building. It's a little hard to see. I guess the picture's a little bit small, but this is Glenbrook, which is in the back of the property.
All right.
And there is an existing pole sign that's here. Don't know when it dates to. The whole faceplate on the front is all washed away. It's an eyesore. So our goal here is to put up a new sign, and also we're going to move the location. My understanding is that the location of this sign is not suitable because of its proximity to the cartway. So what we're going to do is we're going to move.
Is that a one-way street? That's a one.
No, it's two. Over there, it's two-way,
Oh, it's two-way.
and part of it is one-way, but that section
Beyond
is
that.
two-way. Just to give you a little sense back here, it's a little hard to see in this time, but here's Glenbrook back here. This is the entrance. There's a whole parking lot, and to the back, in the back side of the building. The current sign is somewhere right in this vicinity here. What we're going to do is we have a whole landscaped area along the side, so we're going to move the sign and we're going to put it in this landscaped area, and we'll meet the criteria. I believe it has to be 10 feet from
Right.
the street cartway, so we will meet that
Oh,
criteria.
great.
In terms of the sign, just a line, here's a line drawing, give you a, can you see that? We'll have metal poles, we'll have routed out letters, so they'll be basically like a internally illuminated backlit face plates.
Can I just ask you something? I'm sorry.
Sure.
This is the drawing we have, which is different than what you're showing.
Oh, I'm showing you a line drawing of it.
I just happened to keep
From
it.
the front?
It was continued. Isn't that the one you're showing right here? Was it in the packet from when you first presented? I don't know why I have it.
I'm,
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
have
mean, I
this.
have this from some previous.
This is what I have, okay.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, so sorry to interrupt. So this is what you're proposing for back?
yes,
Okay.
it's the same thing as what you're looking at. I think the color rendering that you have maybe doesn't show just some of the detail that you can see on the line drawing. In terms of the overall dimensions, I know that we have to be, I think it's 25 square feet or less on the faceplate, so we'll make sure that the dimensions conform to that. It's probably be approximately 4 by 6, but I realize there's a little peak on the top. So we'll make sure that with the peak, we are within 25 square feet. Also, the height, I believe, is limited to 15 feet and no more than that. So we'll be sure that when it's installed, that the height it'll be 15 feet. And again, it'll be 10 feet from the street cartway. it'll be a two-sided sign.
And when you said routed out, what is the material of the sign?
Well, the basic structure will be, probably an aluminum structure. I'm not sure about the faceplates themselves. They'll be burgundy in color. I'll have to identify with the sign company exactly what material we use, but what we will do is we'll have whatever is on the faceplate of the front, there'll be a white letter that shines through. So it won't be a sign where all the light shines through. Only the names or the address will shine through as a white letter.
Okay, so it is internally
So it's
illuminated.
lit.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, you know what? Actually, I apologize. Let me back up a step. Our initial plan is not to light the sign, is not to light the sign. I
Okay.
apologize for that. If we may decide to do that in the future, let me ask this question, if we decide to install a light that shines on the sign, is that okay?
Yeah.
What are the requirements of a pole sign? Is this lighting-wise?
Just that the lettering, I mean, the background has to be opaque and
Okay.
the letters and logo may show in the numbers, but you can do overhanging lighting or
Overhang light
or lighting that
spot
shines up
lighting
from the
on the
ground.
sign itself, okay.
Well, shouldn't we consider that tonight, and then you can not do it, rather than?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
sure.
Because if we didn't consider it, then we'd
Yeah,
have to
no,
come back and
that's
ask,
a good
right?
idea.
Yeah.
It's a completely different kind of sign if you face illuminated from below versus have a box with a light.
Right. Well, I think there's no electric presently serving that part of the property. There was no plan to initially install, I think the idea was in the future, if we wanted to light the sign, that's why we'll ask that question now. If we want to light the sign in the future, can we do that? I don't know that we're going to light it initially. Our plan is not to light the sign initially. If we want to install lighting later that shines on the sign, is that acceptable?
You
Okay.
can have internal lighting, or you can have a gooseneck, or maybe ground lighting.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
those
gooseneck
lighting is
doesn't
a
work.
different kind
Well-
of sign.
No, I understand that. Yes, no, I understand. You're right. It would be an external lighting.
Which sign, you're showing two different concepts, really.
Well, this is the actual design of the sign. I'm just giving you a flavor for the color with that color rendering, but the actual design of the sign is
Color's not
this.
color,
We
but
we didn't
okay.
really see, so.
It's not, I mean, I don't think that does a lot of justice to
So
what
this
the,
one will throw out.
if you can throw it out.
So it's got a gloss across the top.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't see any problem.
And it's two-sided, you said.
Correct. It's
Okay.
two-sided.
Other questions, comments?
And it'll be a vast increase over what's there now.
Oh, yeah. So Matt, now they will not have to come back if they want to do lighting, right? We're okay to,
As long as it's not internal lighting, no, I won't have a problem with it.
Okay.
okay, so internal lighting, no.
Internal lighting, no. External lighting on the sign
So you can have
itself is okay.
gooseneck or ground lighting.
Gooseneck or
Gooseneck or
ground.
ground, fine.
Okay. Do we want to have a motion then?
Sure. Go ahead.
I'll move that DRB 09-41 for 950 Haverford Road, LP, be approved for.
Oh, put your mic on.
Sorry. I move that DRB 09-41 for 950 Haverford Road, LP, be approved as submitted for a monument sign with the provisos that the sign be moved to 10 feet off of the cartway, that it not exceed 15 foot to the top of the highest part of the pole, and that ground lighting or gooseneck lighting would be permissible as in either future or present idea.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, item number 3 is Foreman Sign Company for a wall sign, freestanding sign at 381 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
My name is Jim Brett, and I'm with Foreman Sign Company. And let's see here. Where do we have this? on here? What we have, what we're proposing, there is basically just to replace the sign on the facade, which is a set of channel neon letters, which right now is a set that reads FedEx Kinko's, and they want to replace it to read FedEx Office.
Okay.
And in addition to that, and at the same time, they would like to, and that's the drawings that are below, in the freestanding tenant directory, they just want to replace the panels, which are routed aluminum with white backup copy.
Okay.
So basically, it's just a replacement. On the facade, the letters are bigger than they're bigger than what's existing, but I'm led to believe they're still smaller than, they would fit the criteria of the township.
Yeah, I don't,
24 inches?
That's not
I don't
correct.
think so.
No?
I just looked back to see what we did for HANA. We did 16 inches for HANA,
right.
and I don't know if there's anybody else since I've been on the,
That was the most recent one I could
yeah,
find.
that's it. So we allowed 16 inches for HANA.
Okay. And I guess you allowed 18 inches for
Back when FedEx
Looks like it.
Kinko's came in, I guess we did, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did that because it's
F.
upper and lower case, yeah.
Right, sometimes we use the squint rule, so
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're big and little, we kind of in the middle. But in a shopping center like that, we do try to keep them fairly consistent.
Okay.
So I think we would probably all agree 24 inches is too big. So, Tony, do you
I do.
believe?
I agree.
All right,
So what would be the,
18, Mike, isn't it?
Well, 18 is what you're
18
looking
for the
at.
uppercase? HANA was 16, but I think it was all uppercase, so
According to
18.
this, that's 18 as it exists
Yeah.
right there.
Right.
So the question is that?
Well, HANA was all uppercase, Cindy said.
Right.
Uh,
I don't think there's
16.
any need to make it any smaller. I guess my only question is, when you look at it relative to, unfortunately, this picture doesn't give us the next door signs really, but
Well, you can see it's bigger than Stratford Nails.
I
and
think it's pretty big.
Probably,
how big is the nails part of Stratford Nails?
oh,
Well,
I think
Looks
it's,
like it may be pretty big.
I think it ought to conform to the size.
I think 16. I remember when HANA came in, I think I went back and
Was it
looked at
16?
somebody or
Mhm.
before that, and that's how we kind of came up with that.
Well, certainly you can read it. I mean, you can see that.
Right. So we want to say 16?
yeah, I'd say 16 or.
Or, excuse me, 18 for the-
I'm saying
for the
18
uppercase.
for the
Please don't
uppercase.
say
Right,
16.
okay, no, I hear you.
18 for the uppercase.
okay,
You guys
And then
okay
the
with
others
that?
would be
Yeah.
proportionally small.
okay.
You okay with that, Tony?
All right.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and then does people have comments on the monument sign? Any comments?
Okay, where's that?
You're not proposing anything new, you're just changing.
Yes.
Well, the monument sign looks fine to me.
Mhm.
Right. Obviously,
Is that a-
you'll match the burgundies.
Color,
Good as
construction,
possible. Okay.
everything will match, just, they're really, in that case, it's just one word is changing.
Okay. And I guess the only other thing to say is we require that, and you probably would do this anyway, but that fascia that's going above the store, that thing has been replaced. There have been multiple tenants in each of those spaces 100 zillion times, so we
Okay.
ask you to repair
Okay.
any of the remnants of FedEx, Kinko's, when you put your new sign up.
Okay.
Okay.
Is,
Yep.
on the monument sign, you've got like a logo or something on there? What, is that a,
There-
The
It's,
So the
Star.
little-
it's basically just another character. It's still just a routed area that it's be
They have
handled
like a
just
little-
like all the rest of the letters.
ampersand, that Kinko's there.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody okay with that?
I'm good with that, yeah.
Okay. Do we want to have a motion then?
are you also applying for the window signage?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You mean the detail in this window? Is that what you're?
Well, there's door and windows shown on this.
Yeah, so that's all done already maybe, or you're going to change?
I honestly don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, and
Got it.
it's not
your-
part of this, I don't believe.
I see.
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-39 for the Foreman Sign Company presentation at Kinko's 381 West Lancaster Avenue be approved as submitted with the change in height of letter going from 24 to 18-inch maximum for the uppercase letters.
Okay, we have a second?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
And are you
I'm gonna stand-
795? Okay. All right, so now we're moving to the Villanova Shopping
Okay.
Center, 795 East Lancaster Avenue, the same vendor and the same client, which is FedEx office.
Makes it simple.
And the same situation, only in this case, the sign will stay exactly the same size. There will be no
Just
requested,
changing the word office.
yes.
Okay,
Okay.
So,
so it's 18.
yeah, it'll remain the size that it is now.
So does that mean you could keep the FedEx from the previous building? I mean, I know we already,
Well, this proposal calls for new FedEx, but it will be the same height as the existing FedEx. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but, so all the sign will come down and be placed by FedEx office.
okay.
Okay.
And there's
Again, we
this.
would just ask to repair that, I think that's a drive-it fascia there.
Okay.
So,
I'll make a motion that DRV 0942 for Foreman Sign Company's presentation at 795 East Lancaster Avenue for a new FedEx office sign be approved as submitted, with the caveat that repairs be made to the substrate.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very
Great,
much.
thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, so item number 5 on the agenda is Teresa's Cafe and Bar, 124-126 North Wayne Avenue in Wayne. Proposal for a overhanging sign. And you folks were in before and now coming back for the sign. Good evening.
Good evening. Michael Ellis from Teresa's Cafe.
Hi.
We're looking for a wall sign, double-sided wall sign. Did I draw?
No, I brought extra
okay.
copies.
They're the colors, obviously. The color from the printout is not quite the exact color.
It's pretty subtle, black on brown.
It's actually burgundy. This is the color there. I think you had chips. But
Right.
if you want to see, it's a
It is
burgundy and
subtle.
black.
The field of the sign is
Yes.
burgundy, and the lettering is black.
Yes.
It's very
Remind
nice
us, your
looking.
awning you came in for, that was black letters on burgundy awning?
The awning is just, there's no name
Oh, there
on
was
the
no
awning.
name, that's
Yeah, it's
right,
just,
okay.
just awning.
All right.
Burgundy awning. We're trying to match the color,
Okay.
basically.
Gotcha.
About as close as I could get to the match of the awning. So the picture itself is not exact color.
Sure.
It's a wood carved sign, but actually not actual wood. It's, I guess, a foam material, they call it. So it's, the burgundy area is carved down. The letters stand out some. They're not standoff letters, but, and then the sides of it are a grayish silver color to highlight the difference between the black and the burgundy.
Oh, so it has a silvery kind of an outline.
Yeah, just on the edge where it's tapered down, just so you can see the
That'll help-
lettering.
That'll help read.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
I think it looks very classy, but so subtle. Today, someone stopped me and said, "Do you have any idea where Teresa's is?"
I know.
I said, "Yes, I'm actually, my office is across the street, yes." But I thought, he's got to
All
get
the
that
time.
sign thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it took a while to.
and still,
get
it's
this
always
done.
crowded.
Well, word of
good.
mouth, hopefully. Makes them look harder.
And you have the clearance.
Yes, we're going to do 9 feet from the sidewalk. The total height to the top of the sign itself would be about 10 foot 6 inches. The sign itself is 18 inches tall by 30 inches wide, and then just the metal bracket mounted to the wall.
Okay.
We're going to be 6 inches off the wall, all within the specs of the zoning,
It looks great, I think. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
and we can't light it, so it won't be lit.
Looks good.
So,
I have no problem.
You guys good?
It's good to me.
I like it,
Okay.
Thank
Do
you.
we have a motion then?
sure. DRB 0943, I move that we approve Teresa's Bar and Cafe and Bar sign as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck to your son.
Thanks.
Thanks. He gave, that's his call.
Thanks.
Okay, item number 6, Radnor Chester Associates, 100 Matchson Ford Road in Radnor for a wall and 2 freestanding signs. Good evening.
Hi, Jim. Tony Zaccardi for Brandywine Realty Trust.
Yep.
Who are you?
Tony Vincent, that's my middle name. The 2 freestanding signs are the existing signs out there. When I guess it was about a year ago, we did the whole sign package for the entire park. So it's just really a name addition onto those 2, which is VWR. VWR, if you're not familiar, is the tenant who will be moving in 2010 into One Radnor. They'll be occupying over 150,000 square feet in the building, and this will be their corporate headquarters here in the United States. So,
What are they, yeah.
they're a scientific equipment supply company. So,
Great.
and they're moving from the Malvern, Westchester area, so it's a nice addition to Radnor Township, so.
Great.
Tony, who is that building differs from the others, and I think a famous architect designed this building.
You know, it came
Sean
up in
Carl
discussion
Warnicki,
today.
you
I
told
think
us.
Yeah, Warnick. That's right.
Who was it?
John Carl.
Well, you told us that Warnicki one
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
I'd like to meet the one that designed the other 4, though.
GBQC, oops.
We won't go into that publicly.
They're very good at discussing.
So anyhow, these 2 signs exist. We're not changing them. I didn't know whether I needed to make an application and figure it out, but I
Right.
did it anyhow. So all we're doing is relettering the vinyl into the lower locations and putting the VWR in the top quadrant.
Okay.
The other one is a new sign in its entirety. It will be made of the same materials as all the signs on the entire campus. So we're not changing colors and we're not changing formats or anything else. It's going, as you can see on the photograph of the building, it's going on the wall, and that's midpoint on the Matson Ford Road side of the building. There are 7 segments in there, and that's in segment 4, whether you're coming from the left or the right. So the front door is off of this photograph, but we kind of located it where we thought it had the best vision, whether you're heading up Matson Ford or down Matson Ford towards King of Prussia Road. The sign is detailed in this sheet. It's sitting on the precast. The background matrix behind it is that same color as the signs throughout the campus, which is about a 75% black. So it comes across as almost a very pearly gray black color. Just like the other signs on the campus, this has the black plate on the front of it on which the sign lettering will sit. So if you look at the cross section, you see the piece of precast and then the background, and then the next layer is the black band, and then the final layer is the halide lit channel letters and their logo. The entire sign square footage is 27.7. I think we're allowed 40 in that district. But if you take the entire box, it's 53.7 square feet. And we are 14 feet, 6.5 inches off the grade at that point. And I don't think there's anything else. 1 foot 2 inches is the height of the letter.
I guess in all respect, in my sensitivity, you have a 2'4" spandrel, and the sign looks, it's wider than the spandrel. I just, for my own aesthetic feelings, I would have thought that something that wouldn't have looked,
Well, Tony, just so you know, that spandrel panel is free of the building. The glass line's about 3 feet behind there.
Did you think about hanging it under the spandrel at all?
It's hard enough to see it anywhere from where it is.
Think about putting it on top of this spandrel?
It
It's
looks
be
like it would
above the
get lost in
15
the
feet,
glass.
Michael.
Oh,
You
it looks
know,
like
we
it would
just
get
got done
lost though.
saying, gee, isn't that a handsome building? And the horizontal lines is the really strong aesthetic.
It's really tough to place the sign on the
No, I-
building. I hate to say it, it belongs at the top, on the top spandrel all the way up, but
Yeah, it probably does, but that's higher than
unfortunately,
15
that's
feet.
not what the ordinance allows us to do. We went a little larger on that so that it stood by itself and became a component unto its own, as opposed to being meshed into the spandrel panel. That thing's only 28 inches. It's not very big at all. And it also, like I said, sticks off the glass line of the building by about 4 feet.
Yeah, I'm not personally troubled by the size of it, it's just kind of the location architecturally is less than the ideal, shall we say. Where's the door entry? Isn't that to the right?
To the left.
It's to the left of that.
It would look better if, at the far right maybe, but.
Well, you want to
that's
put it
kinda-
near the door.
It's not near the
'cause
door, yeah.
People tend to walk toward the sign.
Well, that's why we chose the middle,
Yeah.
because too close to the door confused. Remember, the door it's that crazy angle of the building shape at that point, and where we put the new entrance. And so if you put it over that, it really looks weird.
Yeah.
Because you almost want to see two of them, and then it becomes too prominent. So we chose to move it midpoint, and it kind of just worked because that's where the highest height of the building is, so you're kind of drawn to that segment anyhow, so.
What's driving the 3'9"? The electronics? Because the letters are way under, I mean, it would fit well within in the logo.
Well, I think the designer was trying to make the sign not be a piece of the, typically scaling it to the size of the precast. And I think if you looked at the logo size, we looked at this as if it was just attached on the precast. The logo was going beyond the precast. It was kind of floating on the bottom and floating on the top. Just the way that logo works, with that tail going up the top there. You can see it's just a few
Is this-
inches over.
Is this, it's internally illuminated letters, right, or halo?
No,
lit,
halo.
Channel lit. So that the actual back rectangular box is not illuminated,
No,
and it's only a thin element, 2 inches thick or something?
What if you stretched it between the two verticals, like all the way, so it just looks weird taking up these little sections.
you mean made it longer?
I was just thinking, what if that whole section was blacked out? But I don't know, that I just colored it in on my drawing to see what it would look like.
That could work.
Just the,
I'm not sure that's better. My own-
I don't know that it's better, but I
The
don't-
column, by the way, is behind the
Oh, so
horizontal.
really visually, it only looks better on a
columns here
photograph,
and the
yeah.
horizontals out here. Can't see it necessarily. We did such a great job on colors. It's a tough one.
Yeah,
Can I
the
put it
building
at the
wasn't
top of the
designed
building?
for signs,
Can I
was
put it at the top of the building?
If it's right, and it looks right at the top of the building, we could recommend.
You'd have to go to the zoning board.
That's zoning board.
Yeah. It's been done, it's been
I'm thinking
done.
that might not fly,
Financial
though.
center. Huh?
I'm thinking it might not fly.
Well, it's been done, financial
Was it?
center.
If we recommend it.
We did not, we went to the zoning board for our building. and
For
they-
which one? Oh, Brandywine? Yeah.
And they said,
No.
I don't know.
Well, it's within the body of the regulations.
Right.
It's just, I think, it's a shame that we don't have the power to say, for example, put it on top of the spandrel and you'll be at 16 feet high and go home.
would you want it on top of the spandrel?
I think it would not be as,
I think it would blend in.
Disruptive.
No, I mean, Tony, would you feel like that it would get the visibility that you want?
Oh, it would help. It would help on the visibility side. That glass goes pretty much to the floor, so you're going to add another element of, out the window. But, if it went on top, what are we, 3'9"? That's 45 inches. It'd be pretty high off the floor at that point in time. I mean, looking out
Right.
that window.
You mean sort of obstruct that view, is what you're saying?
Well, it's not
Yeah, that's your office.
yeah.
That's your office, right? That's not the office you want to be in.
Are they on both floors or just the?
Whole building.
Hmm?
The whole building except floor 1. So, yeah, they're occupying 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the 4 floors you see here.
Right.
And then how deep is the spandrel glass at the floor line?
What do you mean deep?
Well, I'm looking at the picture here. You've got glazing from the floor up to a spandrel, right?
Oh, the spandrel's at 9 foot.
And how tall is the spandrel itself?
Probably 3, yeah.
There's no spandrel above above that precast line.
No, I know, but I'm believe it or not, looking at the second floor spandrel glass that's above the glass.
Oh, how far is that? Let's see, I think
that
we
3
are
feet?
13, we're about 13 feet floor to floor and 8'6", so
So it's
4 feet.
4 feet and then change. So if you were to hang it
12
below-
feet and change, so it's basically 4 feet.
So if you were to
could
hang it below the second concrete,
in front of the spandrel.
in front of the second concrete spandrel,
Yeah, we could do that.
it wouldn't obfuscate the view from the second floor at all, really.
Wouldn't change the view, and it would not be on the spandrel panel.
At
Be
that
below
point,
it.
you're 20 feet in the air,
And it
24
looks
feet.
good.
Looks good, yeah.
Uh,
Well, I haven't been here when you've suggested or recommended something like that before. What's the,
Well, we've had other buildings where, because of the architectural aesthetic, we've either allowed, we've not allowed, we've allowed an existing condition to go on, and we've also made recommendations that some signage be changed. For example, Bryn Mawr Trust has a taller than usual sign. AT&T
But actually, we
has a
shut that
taller than
down.
AT&T has a taller than usual sign.
where's that?
Substation, whatever they call it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
West wing.
50 feet in the air or something.
oh, I never even see that.
On a
no.
Our
light
buildings
pole.
are of a monumental nature.
Right.
And
Tony, you don't have a photograph of the left-hand side of the building, do you?
No,
I know, I
think
can't, I
have it
really
with
can't
me.
quite
I mean, if you're going to put it
picture.
up that second thing, would you put it on the far left, next to the,
I don't know.
I can't remember exactly where the entry is. No, I'm talking about move it all the way
Yeah,
down.
I
to
know
the
what you're
left.
saying. Without the picture, it's hard to tell, right?
I
But
wouldn't
wouldn't
see it on
it look-
top or below the spandrel.
Wouldn't it look better?
Yeah.
Anybody got Google Earth in their pocket? Yeah, but I'm saying-
No, I don't, it doesn't,
Do it all the way over above the
this
floor.
approach is.
If there's
I don't
adequate
know.
something. Don't you have the-
This was just put in the letter on this one, you see how it's. Here's the doors.
Oh,
Oh,
put it there.
If you put- What's going on in plan
The
there?
problem
It's an
here
angle.
is that's where that V is, and that's where the doors are. So you really would want to be either here, in the first one here, or here.
Why not here? No, it's a V, but.
We'd have to, let's render it.
It's
If you
high
think-
enough,
If
but-
you think that's,
I think it
We
would
could
look a lot
render
better
that.
if it was below the second level spandrel. Like,
okay.
does everybody else
It
think
didn't
that?
interfere with these strong
Why don't we
horizontal lines,
render
yeah.
it In a couple different bays, and we'll submit it back.
You all right with that?
I mean, it's such a monumental, it's
Okay,
such
so
a,
submit it back, and you can say, put it here and end it.
Oh, good,
All right.
okay.
Yeah, I'll get their approval.
Okay.
it's such a monumental building, and I think what the sign you do has to really
We should
respect.
get a,
But Tony, are you saying you'll come back next month, or you just want to resubmit it and us approve it?
No, I can come back, I
Administratively or
mean, you can, I don't care how you handle this, whichever's easier, we can come
Well-
back next month.
Let's just have it as a continued.
Okay,
We don't
we'll
need to-
continue it, and I'll just have them rendered, submit them to Matt.
Okay.
But
I
we're
think
not
what-
under the gun, I don't have to
Okay.
have this in construction next
Oh,
week,
good, okay.
so.
But I think what Michael's saying, and maybe Tony too, is in that spandrel above the second floor windows, and possibly on the far left above the entrance as a vertical element, or if your sign guy has a better idea. But I personally, if I was going to float it up there, to me, it's like, Hollywood Squares, why here versus there? I mean, why not put it at the entrance?
the more it
I mean,
relates to the door, the better.
Right.
Unless the architecture just doesn't let it happen.
So that,
It's also
okay,
visibility.
okay.
because you're coming down the hill.
Oh.
You really need to know what you see at that point. It may be better there on the other side. So that's what I want to look at,
Okay,
meaning the
Okay.
side that doesn't,
Right.
the side that's perpendicular to
okay,
Matson Ford.
all right. So
Because
somebody will make a
being
motion.
higher, that may work better than right on Matson Ford. So let me mess with that. and-
Somebody will make a motion to continue it with the general feeling that we don't like it breaking up the horizontality of the span.
Okay.
Well, I don't like it on the spandrel. I like it above the spandrel, below the
Okay.
spandrel, or
All right,
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-44 for Radnor Chester Associates at 100 Matson Fort Road be continued with the hope that the sign can be relocated to a position either above or below the spandrel and either closer or nearer or farther from the front door than it currently is shown.
Okay,
Wow. Did you get all that?
yeah. Thank you.
all right,
Thanks,
thank
Tom.
you.
Great.
Thanks a lot, Tim. Okay. Item number 7 is DRB-08-45, T-Mobile Northeast LLC for 2 wireless antennas at 301 Ivan Avenue, which is about
Where are we?
200 yards from here.
it's right here.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Don Petros. I'm an attorney representing T-Mobile. And with me this evening, I have Robin Cohn, who is an architect, registered architect, and the president of Bettswood Associates, an architectural and engineering firm, and also Scott Dolly, who's a zoning manager with SmartLink, who is an authorized agent for T-Mobile. To make it very straightforward and direct, we entered into a lease with the township to locate T-Mobile antennas on the existing structure, the existing support structure, or tower, whatever you want to call it. It's at the township building here. And so we'll be attaching our antennas at a height of 180 feet to the center of the antennas, which is it's a 200-foot tower with a whip antenna that's about 20 feet on the top of it. And the center of our antennas would be at 180 feet, which is a little bit higher than the antenna array it's about 10 feet higher than the antenna array that's already on there. And there are 3 arrays. Each array actually has 3 antennas in it, so there are 3 sectors. So it's a total of 9 antennas. And then on the ground, there is an equipment area that's about 23 feet by 25 feet that will match what's already there. The fencing will match. There's a retaining wall that will match. And inside that will be T-Mobile equipment cabinets, which are about the size of a refrigerator. And there are cabinets located on a 10 by 20 foot concrete pad located within this 23 by 25 foot fenced area. So we'll extend the existing fencing and match the existing fencing. And that's really it in a nutshell. If you have any questions, Robin can provide any details about the construction. It's a
What would I
right.
ask?
Forgiven the antennas, is that base section, is that visible from the road?
It's if you walk right out the side door here and you
Can you
look,
plan it out with trees, so?
well, it's sort of tucked away, and Robin probably could explain that. It's
Kind of
tucked into
behind
the
the
side of a hill, and there's a lot of foliage up there. It's really not very visible where it is. It's in the back and on the right-hand side of where the existing equipment buildings are. There's an equipment building there, and ours are just these little cabinets in comparison to that.
Right.
Trees, no trees.
Well, I'm familiar with the
Oh,
location.
yeah, it's
That's-
the woods behind the building here, backing up to whatever that road is there. But these are completely new arrays. These are not replacing existing.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
How many more antennas are gonna be in this new field?
Well, we have a total of 9 antennas with 3 arrays. There are 3 sectors facing different directions, and 3 antennas per sector, so a total of 9 antennas. Now, the array that's on there, I would say, is at least a dozen antennas, maybe more. It looks like they have 5, in some instances, 5 antennas per sector. We have 3 per sector, and they're similar. They're about 53 inches in height, which is 4 feet 5 inches. They're very, very similar to what's already up there.
Okay, so what's our concern?
Well,
Is this area safed off from kids?
Is it what?
It will be fenced, completely fenced. There's a 6-foot fence, 6-foot tall fence around there.
I mean,
And the duck bus is how high in the air?
I'm sorry,
The electrical bus work.
I think the cable bridge is that, Robin, come on up for a second. This is Robin Cohn. Robin knows the details of the equipment better than I do.
Great.
I'm Robin Cohn. The antenna bridge that's shown there is just signal cable. It has nominal voltage, and it's just taking the signals from the radio cabinets to the antennas. There's no line voltage present there.
okay. Are those photographs of the base?
Oh,
Do
great.
you have photographs of the base?
Well, I do. I can show you.
Yeah, could you share those with us?
I can.
They were submitted with the application, I guess.
No, we didn't get
Assuming you
copies.
didn't get it. Okay.
I don't think.
This top photograph, we will just simply be extending this tall wall to the left of where I'm pointing, 23 feet. And it will be the same construction type. That wall now is 5 feet, so the cabinets will only be 6 inches above that wall from the upslope side, but it will be more visible from the downslope side. The ornamentals that exist now are to the right of this picture, down in this area. There's an existing generator there. We will be extending this compound about 23 feet past that existing generator.
Right.
So it'll be mostly built into the hill and on a bench.
Well, I guess if we want cell phones, I guess we have to have towers.
Are the plants that are around and to the front side of this thing going to be replanted, relocated? How's that being?
We won't be interrupting them.
They won't be touched.
They're closer to the building than this installation.
So they're not disturbed by your
No.
work?
Oh, let's see, this should be a big issue.
And will there be any additional planting, or, I mean, what's in front of it as you extend it out your 23
The
feet?
front will be a low retaining wall. Be about 12 inches high.
So that's a downslope retaining wall?
That's correct.
And then what's in front of that? Is it lawn, or is it?
Just lawn. It's lawn
Are there any plans to put additional screening planting there? or-
Currently, no.
No?
I think we
Okay.
should just go with it.
You guys
So how
okay?
much would be exposed to view from this building?
Approximately about 18 feet.
That's probably different.
That's the existing
Yeah, right.
range. He's going right above that.
Well, I'm not worried about what's up in
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, below that.
I'm looking at what's on the ground.
There's a shed and a chain.
All right, but you understand what he's doing here,
I
though?
think
is-
trees are cheap and ought to be screened.
Well, I don't know that it even needs to be trees, but it could be like
Arborvitae.
shrubs or something.
Yeah, put arborvitae grows like a weed.
It looks like there might be rhododendron out there now.
There are some rhododendron in the screening closer to the building, which would be to the north.
So Jim, it's extending like this, 23 feet past the existing generator?
Yeah, I guess so.
Which one of these plans has
The enlarged plan, S1.
So there's 6 cabinets altogether, is that right?
Ultimately 6. Big Bang, day 2 construction will be just 2 cabinets.
Right.
Ultimate capacity would be 6.
Matt, are there, I mean, I know there's a residential street up there. Are there houses that back up to this? Must be.
To the rear of this property? Yes.
Then I think we should have it screened.
Actually,
Yeah.
the houses in the back won't be able to see the cabinets because they'll be approximately 15 feet higher
The
than,
houses.
because the hill slopes up, you'll be looking way over the top of the cabinets.
The hill slopes up, meaning the houses are above the cabinets.
Oh, far above, yes.
Yeah, but if you're in your backyard, you won't be looking down at it.
No.
Aren't there dense woods behind?
Yes, indeed, yes.
It's,
Yeah. And
so they're
Yeah.
building it into the hill, but there's wood behind it. And then
the
the house.
property
So it's already
line,
screened.
property
But on the
line is
front
more
side-
than, is 30 feet up the slope, so they'd have to be on your property, on the township property, to be able to see down into this
I
complex.
see. Okay.
So
On
is
the
there a
front
reason to
side-
screen in the front?
Well,
Who-
it's being
who sees it?
extended out into what's now a lawn area, is my understanding. Is that
Correct, that's correct.
Right now, it's all behind some kind of planting screen, whatever it
Okay.
is.
So where would you be able to see it? From where would you be standing? That
From
you'd,
the parking lot here.
from this building's parking lot, or as you go down
Or
that
the
street
police
toward that?
traffic, the police parking lot.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Do we care about that? Yes or no? I mean,
I don't know.
what are your thoughts about screening from the street? Is that,
I guess it's not a very public.
We can plant trees in front of the cabinets, but that big orange and white 200-foot tower is still.
Oh,
You're
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
hide
we're
that.
not saying
No,
that.
no, that's
So I
fine.
don't know,
Should we-
it's
just
an
the way it
engineering
is.
solution
Yeah.
to get the antennas in the air. and
No, no, no.
I don't know the answer.
No.
I mean, for a while, you were
I-
making these towers look like trees.
The fake trees?
You know, I mean,
Well,
This tower's already here.
Right.
No, we don't want to change the tower. We know this is going to,
we can get some moss to grow on it, maybe.
that would look good.
Or put King Kong up there.
I don't know, what,
Well,
No.
Scott is making the point, Robin, we have a limited leasehold area. We don't have anything outside of the leasehold area that's defined in the lease. So we wouldn't have the right to do that unless the lease were amended to give us some.
Who's the lessor?
The township.
The township.
I don't think the township would have any problem with us putting some trees in their property.
Well, the
I'd
township
stick
is
my
great.
neck out on that one.
Well, what do we say this? The township's leasing them to these people. If they want to see trees,
We can leave it to the
we
township.
can leave it to the township.
As long as it's not in somebody else, somebody's
He's saying it's off
yard
their
and not
property,
used,
they're
I
off their
think-
lease
It's-
property.
the residential
Yeah.
properties to the back won't even know this happened.
Yeah, and from the front, there are no residential properties that have a view of it.
Yeah, it's
So it makes sense just to leave it, let the township screen it if they want to.
There's a lot of equipment between the building and where we are. I mean,
Yes.
there's a cooling tower and all kinds of big equipment. I mean, these
Yeah.
are pretty small
Okay.
cabinets.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, these things wind up looking like some missile base out of a James Bond movie.
I think it kind of already does.
But it's not in your yard, so it's okay.
I'm okay with it.
All right.
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-45 for T-Mobile Northeast LLC be approved as submitted for its application at 301 Ivan Avenue.
Second?
Second.
Okay.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, John.
Thank you very much.
Okay, item number 8 on the agenda is DRB-08-46, Wayne Hotel at Associates at 139 East Lancaster Avenue. Is this for an awning? I'm sorry, the Wayne Hotel folks here? Joe, okay. Doesn't say on here what it is. I assume it, oh, I'm sorry, it does, an awning, yes. Good evening, Joe.
Evening. If you want to put an antenna on the top, you can.
If it looks like a tree, is that okay?
Then,
Yeah. Did you get a packet? Oh, wait, I'm. Say, look, I gotta have one. I think I saw it. Did I throw it on the floor already?
Okay, just tell us what you're proposing, I guess.
In the picture, you see the existing yellow awning there. We're pretty much matching the width that you see in that picture. What we're trying to do is give it a little bit more face, so the height of the awning actually grows by about 15 inches. But the bottom over the porch will still be about 7 feet 6, so we don't go too low there. And we will extend the awning out a further 2 feet. It currently comes off the building about 4 feet. And what all that require us to do is to put a pole kind of at the outer edge of that going down, and it will sit on the steps below. We don't cover all the steps, maybe about, let's say there's 7 there, we probably cover about 5 of them, 4 or 5. And the pole will be outside the railings. The one problem we have is there's a bracket that returns back to the building, and as the rain runs off the awning, it catches the bracket and puddles against the wood post there, so we've always had to maintain that. So we're trying to end that condition.
Okay. And it's a sunbrella yellow with 12-inch, what are these, black letter, or what color letters?
It'll be dark green or hunter green.
Nice.
It's the same thing that's there now.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, you're coming out further distance, why not come all the way to the edge of the stairs?
We debated that back and forth. They do use the porch for outdoor dining, and we kind of put panels out there. It felt, the vote was that it kind of felt a little imposing and covered too much as you sit on that porch and looked out. So we kind of negotiated an extra 2 feet as opposed to the whole thing.
Okay.
And we also thought about following the slope of the steps going down, but that further blocked off the view, and we didn't like that either. So it's kind of a compromise.
sense.
All right.
It's looking really good.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it looks great. I walk up that, whatever that little street is all the time. Waynewood. I
Waynewood,
guess.
yes.
When do you open?
As soon as someone signs a lease.
Pardon me?
As soon as somebody signs a lease.
Oh,
We're not operating that.
Oh, you're not going to operate the restaurant?
No,
So there's no restaurant operating there right now?
no.
Oh,
So if anyone's looking for a restaurant, there's one in Wayne.
yeah, you should promote that
we
one.
just had Mike Ellis here. That's the restaurant there.
Teresa's East.
He keeps picking off either north or south of North Wayne Avenue, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I think it looks good.
Does anybody have any comments, questions? We good with it?
Let's go.
Okay. Motion?
Let's see, DRB 0946, Wayne Hotel Associates. I move that we accept the proposal as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
You're not done with me.
Oh, okay. 100 West. This is for facade renovation?
Yeah, I wasn't
This is the bank. Or
correct.
Back, a title back in the day.
Oh, I've been wondering who's doing this.
Weren't you just here?
A few minutes ago, yes. Last month, yes. Month before that, yes.
Is that gutted inside right now?
Yes, it is. We're in the process of taking the vault out right now. So
Taking
that's, the old vault
vault?
that was
Oh.
on the main floor. They're leaving the door because that's just insanely heavy.
Plus, it's kind of a cool element to have.
We're
depending
hoping
on what-
so,
yeah.
the way that it lays out now. But yeah, it's completely vacant, and we're working the process to take the vault out, free up a little more space that way, and also put an elevator in the center and go from a single occupied building to a multi-tenanted office. So kind of bringing it up to code. And the reason why I'm here, I wasn't sure if this would be submitted or not, but it would seem to make sense. The windows going around the building are single pane glass. Just to give you an idea, our utility bills run close to $5 a square foot in this building. It's just the perimeter walls and the glass, in the dead of cold, it just doesn't, it passes right through. So in kind of tackling this project, we kind of made a decision, it's substantial, to go ahead and replace the windows. And also at the same time, we're probably going to put another wall on the outside wall. The perimeter walls are just a limestone. Some areas has a terracotta with a plaster finish, so we're gonna end up putting another wall on the outside, insulate that, just to be energy conscious, to make the building as tight as possible. That's not a function of here, but just as we're going through the renovation, just to $5 a square foot that goes back to the tenants, it's just, it's
Where are you going to put that second wall? The whole?
just around the whole
Whole
perimeter.
perimeter?
Yes.
Ah.
I kind of gave you a picture of each facade, and we're working with a place out of Colorado that is called, through our window supplier, called Custom Windows. I gave you a cut sheet. They generally do work for historically accurate buildings, and our plan is to copy the exact appearance of the divided light of the windows. What they will be is true divided light, double pane, insulated, but everything, it's not your one big piece of glass where they slap the division on the outside. So our goal is to pretty much replace all the windows on this building with it'll be bronze aluminum. And that will be what you see as the divided light.
Do they have divided lights now?
Yes, they do.
And
It's
you're gonna keep divided lights?
correct. It's divided light, but single pane glass.
You're going to match the patterns of the buttons?
Yes.
Why did you select bronze as opposed to white or some other
Sort of
walkway.
gray now, isn't it?
It's, right now, it's a bleached out, it was like more of a patina green, I would say. That was the look we went for, I want to say about 14 years ago. This is kind of the summer picture. In the wintertime, it has a very large southern exposure. We actually looked, what our debate was to go to a less expensive storefront material, replicate and do the application, but then pay to get a color on the aluminum. That was one cost. It's actually more the way that we're doing it, but what it would make it even further more expensive to do another color. So we're kind of picking a middle, I would say, to go to the true divided light look. But with the anodized finished, we think we'll get a longer life out of that rather than a painted metal color that with the exposure, we're afraid if that would ever, I don't know if it would ever flake. I don't know if it would be a problem, but the anodized, I think we'll get a longer life with. So that's, I guess, a snapshot of our decision-making process on this.
But it has been recent times a multi-tenant building.
Technically, it was always one tenant. If you remember Radnor Capital, no, you're right. In the very beginning when we did it, we had one tenant on part of the first floor, and they had the whole second floor. So 15 years ago, the way around the ADA was they would say they could provide all the services on the first floor, and then it was split on the first floor. For the last 10 years, I want to say, it's all been under one tenant, but at one point, that tenant started to sublet the second floor out to somebody else. In our eyes, it was always under one tenant, but they have had other sublets in that building. There is no elevator in the building, so kind of our idea is to split the floors up, put an elevator, and now we have full ADA access.
What's the square footage of the usual?
The first and second floor outside dimensions, it's around, I want to say it's about in the 6 to 6,500 square foot range per floor.
Say around 12,000, 15,000.
Yes,
This is a dark bronze anodized.
yes.
Do you know what was on the building originally?
We only have pictures going pretty far back. I don't know how far back, when it was still Meridian Bank. In those pictures, they were white, the metal divided light. Like I said, we painted it the patina, I want to say about 14, 15 years ago, roughly around 95.
And you're saying that the painted finish on the anodized is a step beyond the bronze anodized, cost-wise?
In this application of the custom window,
Well, you
yes.
said two things. I think you said that you were worried about painting the anodized.
Correct.
Did you also say it was more expensive to paint?
It would probably just be a kind art finish on it.
Right.
I think what you're saying is that you think the anodized is going to wear better than baked and hammered.
Yes. And then the debate was, do we go to the true divided light, or do we do the application where they do the larger pane of glass and then apply the metal?
Right.
At that idea, do we have the flexibility to pick a color? Well, now we have a simpler glass installation as opposed to
Right.
60 panes per
Yeah.
section.
I guess
So-
my point is, I like, and I applaud you all for keeping the divided light. That's terrific. I just wonder if the bronze anodized is going to, you go to all that trouble to do that, and then it tends to lose itself in the color of the glass, if you know what I mean. Whereas right now, the pattern of the Muntins
It
does stand out.
Were there any other choices other than the anodized in terms of that the same type of window, but anodized bronze? They have anything else?
Well, there's clear anodized, which
You
wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't,
that's
the
just-
clear was
Yeah,
the
that
other
would-
option. I didn't think that would look good.
But you have an opportunity to punch out some color there. Like maybe 100 grain or something.
100 green?
On what?
The window frame.
But he's not doing that. That's what he's saying. He's
Oh,
using the
well,
Durnotic, he's using the anodized
Right.
bronze
And it comes,
instead of the Kynar.
we use the same style metal on the back of the Wayne Hotel, and it was just installed recently, so if you were really, unless you were looking for it, it comes off pretty dark, close to black. So we tended to like that, and to give you a reference. They used the anodized on the bank building down in Ardmore, where the restaurant is, right by the train station.
Yes.
I thought that application was okay. And then we had a reference also the Hotel DuPont down in Wilmington. Also, a similar limestone facade. They redid all theirs more towards the application that I described of being less expensive, but they did it all out of the anodized and put the metal on top of it. So it was another application of the anodized bronze on a limestone building at the Hotel DuPont.
Yeah, it
which
was
we
done
liked.
back in the day. I mean, it's not gonna look bad by any stretch of imagination, but I was just curious what it had been originally.
We've only seen it as white
Yeah.
and what we painted it as.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're doing a nice job, so.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just grateful you maintained the building, did the divided lights, and,
Right.
you know.
Are any of the windows going to be venting, or are they all going to be monumental sealed window kind of thing?
No, there shouldn't be any venting through the windows.
So the double hung.
It's all fixed glass, there's no operable units.
Correct, there is
Do they
no
open
fixed
now?
glass.
Do any of them open now? On this?
They don't right now. At one point, I won't say 15, but they've been painted over a few
Okay.
times. What they will try and do, if you can see in the south elevation, they will replicate the appearance of where they had the double hung
Right.
and make that a little bit larger of a mutton to
Okay.
create the appearance of it. But no, they will not be operable.
Okay.
And on the west side, those will also be non-operable.
Correct.
Okay. Are you
It's
guys?
gonna look good.
All right, are you all right? Okay. Do we have a motion then?
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-47 for 100 West Partners, new window replacement program be approved as submitted.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is DRB-09-38, Color Me Mine for a wall sign, and this is a continuation from last month or the month before? Last month. Was it? Okay. Good evening.
Hi, my name is Kathy Horfar. I'm one of the owners of Color Me Mine. Actually, I have copies for all of you.
Oh, thanks.
Right, so last time our sign that we proposed was slightly larger. It was about 24 inches in height in the lettering, and you guys recommended that it can't be more than 14 inches. So we went back and played with it a little bit, and what happened was I was really kind of not loving it after I saw it. Just felt like it really got lost in that big expanse of space up there. So we kind of played around with it, and so as you can see, we added a second cup to kind of try to balance it out a little bit more. And we did that, and I still wasn't quite happy with it. I just felt like it still was getting lost. So I went back to the drawing board and I asked them to see if they could add another piece of backboard to the entire sign. I forwarded that to Joe, and he said, well, that's going to be an additional expense, and it was going to be more expensive for me to add that additional backboard. So he suggested that perhaps we could just paint that back area a different color to just set it off and then just create somewhat of a visual border for the sign to sit on and give me a little bit of a break in the cost as well. So we came up with that. It's I talked to the sign company. They kind of recommended like a light beige or light tan color, so it wouldn't be completely distracting from the background color. We're going to keep the background color the way it is, which is almost like a brownish color right now. And just to make the colors pop off the Color Me Mine site, the sign, just give it a little bit of a beige or lighter background.
What are the cups made of again? I forget.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it says it here.
Plexiglass.
It might be, yeah, I know the front
Actually, it
is
says 5-inch deep
plexiglass.
cut, so it has some relief to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
If
I
you
like
look
it with
at
the
little
two cups
section there,
better,
the whole
too.
thing is off the wall.
Well,
It's
definitely the
held-
letters
sign
are on
is
the
held
wall,
off
yeah.
the wall, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's floating, yeah.
Mhm.
I think it
Is
looks
this gonna
great.
be-
Yeah, I
My
like
only
it too.
question is the painted area behind. What,
Uh-huh.
did you consciously lower that, or is there a reason that it doesn't go closer to the?
I think it's supposed to be centered.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was kind of bothering me. I thought, I'd like to see it
Yeah,
centered.
it's not to scale, it says it down below, but yeah, that would bother me too. I will,
So it's
Make
gonna
sure
be
that it's
centered in the
centered.
band, is what you're?
centered, width and height wise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In the bigger band?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay, good.
In what looks like a beige or gray surface.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Well, signs kind of, just to me, I mean, I'm just talking aesthetics now. The sign's kind of four square. Maybe do something with the corners, notch the corners or something, make it, it's gonna float there. It's just kind of square.
This is color only on the background. That's not a sign.
It's just paint. So we could give it a shape if you prefer.
So the letters in the cups are standing off? Pin
Oh,
mounted?
no, oh, good, okay.
5 inches off, yeah. I think it'll look good.
I think it'll look good, too.
Yeah.
We're okay with the letter height, right?
Mhm.
I am, but I
Yep.
just know, okay, good.
I
That's
think
what
the
we thought
size
it
of the
was.
letters
Yeah,
and
good.
everything looks great.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
nice.
proportions are nice, the colors are great. I like the idea of the painted panel.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Okay,
All right.
good,
Excellent.
great. Okay, do we have a motion then?
DRB 0938, I propose that we accept the, as, the signage as
Can I,
presented.
before we do that, can I
What?
just make one more suggestion?
Center, oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
I hate to do this to you, but what do you think? A little more paint.
Can you do a little frame?
If you paint this the way you're talking, right, and then you paint on the corners like that, it'll kind of tie the whole thing together, and have the darker background, right?
You're saying smaller panels left and right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to tie the whole thing together.
Oh, that's nice.
It's another $40, Jeff.
But Michael will do it for you.
Mike was right across the street.
I gotta
Michael's
look at it
very
all the time.
talented.
Mike looks out his window, it's probably what he looks at.
No, I just think that ties it together, don't you?
Yeah.
Across the street.
Yeah,
just
float
has-
it,
you
float
tape
it
it
down.
out.
Yeah, because it looks a little bit like that panel's float, it's a long span.
It is a long, that's why we kept going back and forth on the, we, said, okay, can we make the letters fatter?
Mhm.
And, is there, but it just, nothing was working right. So this is a great idea.
Okay, so now we're,
Smaller panels left and right.
I propose that we accept DRB 0938 with the following changes. The painted panel be centered on the broader background, and that there be 2 additional painted panels, one on either side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Smaller.
Smaller.
Yep. All in favor, or excuse me, second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right?
Aye. Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming back, too.
Have a good night.
Okay, which brings us to item number 11, this is DRB-09-48, Sign Studios, 105 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, proposal for a wall sign. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Good.
I've seen you before.
How are you? I'm a little tired, forgive me.
Okay.
I think you have.
Photo montage? Yeah, this?
That one.
Oh. Oh, wait, maybe I did.
Well, we have this, oh, the,
No.
you
We
this.
have the sign, that's the new proposed,
There-
Yeah, I just,
but we don't have a photo
Hi,
montage.
Brian, how are you?
show both. I have two different options that I wanted to show.
Okay. All right.
And there's some logic behind that.
Actually, push them over to the middle of the table.
Oh.
Oh, you got more things to put up there? Doesn't look like you've seen it. Still not seeing it.
That is our new, this was our old location.
Mhm.
Just to kind of give you some logic of where we're going with this. We were at this location nearly 11 years.
Right.
We had, a sign that was constructed out of 1.25 aluminum routed face.
I forget, it's perpendicular to the road
Correct.
on the
Yeah.
south side, yeah. okay.
Correct. And it had, it was a routed face with push-through letters. It had illumination. It also had neon on the ends, which is our logo. It's actually one of our protected logos. Our logo is depicted actually two different ways. That's one of the ways that our logo is depicted. And, we've invested a lot of money, obviously, in that, logo. So what we were thinking is having that same depiction on the front fascia of the building. This is the Opera Building, 105 East Lancaster Avenue, right on the corner near North Wayne. And I have some aluminum samples that I brought, if you need to look at those. I have some color samples as well. This can only accept so many at a time.
Yeah, I think,
Could I-
so. Well, you could zoom out, I think, yeah, you can put little ones down there.
That was the front of our store. As you can see, that's our other logo. That's the way our other logo is depicted. The type style is the same. It's
Right.
actually, it's not really a type style. It's actually a logo. It's our registered trademark.
Mhm.
And that was what we had on the front of our building, of our old location. And
So what do you prefer?
I told Cindy that I would show both.
Guys, I
Cindy
have to
actually
walk
was
in.
kind enough to pop
Right.
in and,
But I'm a little confused, so there's actually, you have, this version is a proposal.
correct.
So you have the logo version above the door is proposal, and am I missing something?
Yes.
This is almost like a pole sign, or is that something totally different?
Well,
that's this one.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's showing it on a pole.
Yeah, I'm just showing you the two different versions. I told Cindy I would show her two different.
So this is the flag, right? Oh, is that what you call it? Would that be a flag? Stick
Yeah, that
perpendicular,
actually
yeah.
got updated, and I probably didn't give you the.
Isn't that an overhanging sign, Brian?
Oh, one perpendicular to the building, like
That's
Teresa's
the
had that?
hanging.
Right,
that's the
an
hanging
overhang.
sign.
Overhang,
Is that on
right.
the table?
Flag, that was the wrong term, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's the.
Are you proposing that as an option too?
Correct.
So there's three options.
Brian is covering all his bases.
Four options, here's a new one.
So would this be in lieu of something else?
No, actually, it
sound like
wouldn't.
Dominic.
What would you like to see?
Well, if you look at this picture here, this has our text logo.
The linear text,
Yes.
right.
They're channel letters. It's the same exact product that we had at our old location, which is here.
Right.
It's, has neon inside of it. The face is Casacryl, which this is Casacryl. It's a product that came out literally 11 years ago. And I think we were the first ones to ever use the product. Literally, first in Pennsylvania. But it's a Casacryl product. It's black in the daytime. But when you shine light in the back of it,
Oh,
see that?
Oh, it's white.
uh-huh.
It turns white, but it turns really bright.
What are you going to do with the PT Cruiser?
All right, so on this,
Okay.
But anyway,
so-
on the version with your straight letters.
Yes.
Which personally I think goes with the architecture better than the other one. Then you've got two, on your picture at least, you've got two signs in the window. What are those?
That's actually window graphics.
Those are window graphics, okay.
Correct.
So
Yes.
is that proposal the linear letter sign and that's it? Or are
No.
you also proposing hanging
I'm proposing,
blade signs?
I'm proposing the linear along with the blade sign.
And where would the blade signs go?
And the blade sign would go, see where the lamp post is?
Behind the lamp?
It would go, so you can't even see that, but
It would
That's a
go
lot
there.
of signage.
It would go
Let me
behind
just
it.
cut to the chase. You're not allowed. He's not a corner property, correct?
I'm allowed to have a hanging sign.
You
in
can have
addition
a-
to
I think he
fascia
can.
sign.
Yeah, within
Oh.
the WBOD, you can have
Yeah.
a hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm proposing it.
We
Because
just,
you can.
Well, it's, you're coming down a street, you know, there's a, you can see this post right, there's a pole right here, there's a tree right there. There's a lot of obstructions, so with the hanging sign, you would be able to see it from the sidewalk, but you would also be able to see it, you know, without any obstruction.
And where is it
without-
hung, actually?
Without
In that
rubbernecking.
same fascia?
yourself.
I understand it's perpendicular to the road, but
Yes.
is it hung in that fascia?
Yeah, I put a
Below it.
black line where that is.
See how, where he's holding, where, yeah, right there.
Oh, so it's below, it's in the brick.
Below. Mhm.
Yeah, that's where the bracket
I
would
wonder
be.
how high that is.
Now, let me, I'm going to
So-
ask, two
Do
things.
you know how high that, oh,
I'm sorry. One is the height, because you see the doors to 101 East, and they're probably,
Yeah, it's
Either 6 foot 8 or 7.
120, it's 128 inches high
the bottom of it?
from the fascia of the sidewalk to the very, very bottom of the window. Excuse me, the top of the window. It's 128 inches.
From the sidewalk to the top of the
From
window is
from the
128, so that's
sidewalk-
10 foot 8.
It's 128 inches.
Yeah, 100, that's 10 foot 8 inches.
Right.
So,
so that'd be the top of your bracket, right?
That would be well,
Would that be
wouldn't have to
this?
be. I mean, I could have a.
I'm sorry, the underside, minimum of 7 or 7.6?
Same.
7 for the, you talking about for the projecting sign?
The underside of the projecting sign?
Yes, 7. Or, I'm sorry, it has to be within 9 and 12.
Right. It's 108 inches. It would have a 108-inch clearance, no problem.
You're confusing me. I thought you said it was 128 inches from the sidewalk to the top of this window.
It is. It's 128 inches from from the sidewalk to the very top of the window.
Which is also the underside of what we call the fascia, that
Correct,
horizontal
yes.
band.
Right.
So that's 10 foot 8
That's
inches.
10 foot 8
And
inches.
if you're coming below that,
I'm coming below that, yes.
With which sign? This
With-
one?
With the hanging sign.
Or
So
this
what's
one?
this
Well,
dimension?
that's the thing. If I go with that sign, I'm exactly 108 inches. If I go with the decorative bracket, it would be
Much lower.
much lower.
What's the other sign? Oh, never mind, I know this one.
108 is what's required by the code.
Yes, it is.
So this is the one that you're proposing, because that meets the code.
That meets the code.
I actually like this
But
one
the
better.
decorative
yeah,
bracket,
actually, I agree.
I think this is a little busy, and I don't think it's consistent with your logo,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
bracket.
It's not.
okay.
This looks better with your
That
bracket.
fits the code, the other one doesn't,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I just
All right, so
thought
we're
I
going
would
to throw
just.
that out,
This
and
one,
we're back to
this
this
one
Okay.
we're going to leave.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, let me ask you a second thing.
Yes.
Matt, a pole sign, or whatever we're calling this, flag sign, does it have a requirement from distance from the cartway or not?
No, the code is silent on that portion of that. We didn't write that in there.
So Brian, how far does this project from the building?
It projects 34 inches, end to end.
Okay.
It's a small sign.
So it's like this.
Yeah, it's a really small sign, but it's tasteful.
And what's the height on it? I know
Well,
I should
yeah,
do the
height,
math, but
it's
like that?
Yeah, it's only 20.
So your proposal is to put one of those to the left of your
Yes.
leftmost window. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct. And it's a
Uptight.
redwood sign, really nice.
It's what?
It's manufactured out of redwood, California heart grain redwood. It would be a carved sign.
So the neon is not neon, it's simply an image of neon.
Correct. Yes, it's a non-illuminated sign.
Okay.
And it doesn't flap in the breeze or anything else.
Well, it's hanging from a bracket,
It's welded
securely.
so it doesn't move, right?
Stainless steel, yeah, it doesn't. It's, what we do is we put an aluminum frame around the entire shape, and that way, it's extremely sturdy.
Okay,
I could physically do chin-ups off of it.
okay. Okay, so far we understand. So sign studio is linear, this is perpendicular. What's the height of the lettering on the sign studio?
14 inches.
Okay. And again, those are channel lit?
They are, yes.
Okay.
And
That's
there is
saying the material
electricity.
lit. Okay,
The Yum and Bum sign was there previous, and that was
okay,
same type of sign, much better quality.
okay. And then are you proposing window signage as well?
I am, yes.
These, what we're seeing here?
Correct.
Now, do we have to approve those?
If it's 20% of the area or less, or
Yeah, it's actually less.
You
than
could do, it's
20.
less than 20% of
So
the
he can
area,
repeat
so,
his logo.
right, 100 times.
All right.
so we don't have to worry about that, right?
It's a lot of logos, but
It's a lot of signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I-
guess in the sign business.
my own sensibility would run to that sign and
I told him that. I said, this is going to really interrupt this strong architectural element that somebody designed long ago. So that's why I said, I think you're going to have this be the popular one.
Well,
What do you think? Because you still get to, both your logos are going to be represented if you,
it wouldn't hurt my feeling. I like them both. I mean,
yeah, and you get both.
I'm
then.
an artist. I like them both. I mean, I love this look. And believe it or not, I rode by the store tonight and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I could have that same logo on the back wall with the store lit up and it still would look
You'd
nice.
still see it.
Okay.
So I might not even put that on the glass, but I just wanted to show you all the different
Right.
options, just to
Okay.
be upfront with
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so it sounds like to us that you're okay with, and we are okay with, the linear sign studios in the fascia,
Yes,
the simpler version of the flag sign, understanding it's made out of redwood, it's not illuminated,
yes.
and we leave the window signage to you with maximum of 20%. Is that okay with everybody?
sounds
Good
good.
with me.
I mean, it'll look great. I don't know if you've seen the store and what we've done to the store. It's absolutely
good.
fabulous.
Okay.
It stands out.
It's
I don't think you have to
really
worry
nice.
about your signage because right away you can see it coming
Yeah,
down the road.
It's a beautiful location for us.
Great.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
I
happy,
bet
really
nobody
happy.
here knows what this building was.
Opera House.
Opera House, yeah.
Wayne Opera.
Okay, do we have a motion then?
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-48 for Sign Studios location at 105 East Lancaster Avenue be approved with the linear facade sign, the blade sign, flag sign, is that what's called? Flag sign,
Simpler version.
no less than 108 inches above the sidewalk in the simple pole design, and window signage not to exceed 20%.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, thank you, Brian.
Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Okay, which brings us to item 12, which is Farnham Jewelers, DRB-09-49 at 105 North Plain Avenue, proposal for a wall sign.
That's not it. Actually, they have it.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name's Alex Del Valle with Signature Signs and Awnings, and I've been contracted to replace this awning sign, okay, which all of you have a picture of, and is, in my estimation, at least 25 years old, okay? To me, it's an eyesore, and basically Claire Farnham decided it was time to replace it. And, let me see here. On my so-called graphics picture or page, I'm basically recommending a traditional square window awning with graphics on the valance only, okay?
Are you gonna keep the crenellations at the bottom of the awning?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, there will be a wing on each side.
But you're not
Okay.
keeping the scallops on the
I'm talking
bottom.
about the
Oh, I'm sorry.
teeth.
They're going to change from the square teeth to a low wave.
Well, you don't tell us that. Unless you
Oh,
tell
no,
us.
I'm sorry. There won't be a scallop. It's going to be a rigid scallop. It's going to be rigid.
A flat bottom?
It's square.
Good.
It's all welded. It's a welded, rigid valance.
Frame with the canvas stretched over it,
It's
right?
stapled.
Okay.
The fabric is stapled to the aluminum frame.
Okay.
So you don't
Okay.
have the teeth at the bottom?
There's not, it's going to be straight fabric welded to the aluminum.
Okay.
Okay? So, no, there won't be any, that's basically a valance style to where they have diamonds and gems or gemstones. We decided to go with a rigid valance where the fabric will be forest green, stapled to the frame, okay? How this lasted.
So it won't be an operating awning like this?
No, exactly.
Okay.
It's a fixed
But I'm
awning.
not,
So will that pole come down?
No, the pole needs to stay there because of how everything is structured, the sign, I only had 24 inches to work with. So the pole has reinforced steel on top of it, which I'm going to be using through bolts to attach the bottom and top of the sides of the awning. And then I'm going to use brackets.
Oh, I see.
There's an attachment detail, okay?
Yep, I see
So
it.
this will be a fixed welded aluminum awning, square awning, okay, replacing retractable awning,
Right.
but a 1940 style
Okay.
retractable awning. Because these accordion-shaped sides, I'm surprised people haven't hit their head and gashed their heads open, okay? Now, I'm gonna be replacing it with a nice welded, smooth, 1-inch aluminum wing to it.
Well, it's
Covered with
7,
canvas.
it's 7 feet above the step at
It's
least, right?
7'1", above this, above the bottom grade, not the step.
Okay.
Oh, how high is it
Oh.
above
Oh.
the step?
Above the
It's
step,
gotta be like 6 feet.
it's about 6'4".
That's a problem.
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Well,
I know you don't have the room.
in my
because of the-
discussion with
yeah.
Matt, right now, it's going to be about an inch above the current existing awning, okay? But we're making it a much safer, I mean, it's either take it down and leave it as is, or replace it with something that's gonna be safer at the same, or an inch higher.
Well, you can rake the side of it, so it'll be, the side will be parallel with the rake of the awning.
What does that mean?
You mean make it Venetian? Take the wings out?
No, he's saying slope the side panel,
Here.
not hold the bottom.
Slope the
flat.
bottom of the side panel, I guess.
Nope.
Do this, take that out.
Guess do that.
Oh,
Well, and that makes it Venetian. Well,
Oh.
Is that what you call it?
okay, yeah.
Venetian?
And actually, it wouldn't look right if you welded it that way and you would lose support. But basically, we could just take out the whole wing, okay?
We can't have this. That doesn't, you can't have that.
When you say take out the wing, you mean take out the end panel?
Yeah, but my,
But you'd still have a support
concern-
piece.
But you
How are
want
you gonna
this,
do-
but
what are
you
you
want
gonna
this piece
support
of
then?
structure in here.
well, that's just, my concern is with the bottom support for this being 17 feet wide.
It's not gonna work, because you have the wind will get under it.
It's gonna be difficult to say whether, wind under the projection's 3.5 feet, okay, by 17, okay? And we have, right now, 6 top supports and 2 bottom supports, okay? Now, if you're saying we can't have the side supports, we could add 2 more supports on the top, but traditionally,
You can't have the side support if it's drops under 7'6".
to the step.
Sure,
It's 7, I think the code is 7 feet.
7 feet.
For
It
this
is,
kind of
it
thing.
is 7 feet,
7 feet.
Seven
okay?
What
feet
if you
to the
made the
step.
awning smaller, like you cut it back a little bit, so it really,
What if you made the awning less wide?
okay.
In other words, it didn't cover the door itself,
Well-
it was just over the window.
I think you want to cover
We don't have, right now, we have
Then you know
built-in
that's full.
structures to attach it. Okay?
Yeah.
And an awning needs bottom support. Okay? Because wind, any awning
Yeah, it's going to get caught in there.
is, is what I call a parachute. Okay? The wind carries it up.
How
So
far is the awning project, look, how far does the awning project now?
I'm recommending 42 inches, 3.5 feet,
Currently, you say?
currently.
No, what is it projecting currently? You're
It's,
projecting.
right now, it's projecting 42,
Depends on how
48.
far they crank it.
48.
Why don't you let it project
What if-
2 feet?
What if you just cut it back? It would still be a really, it would be a nice, element for the building, or, design element, but it wouldn't be, and it comes down so far over the window, too.
How
I mean, it looks
high-
like a little cramped there with the size of the sign, the width of the sign,
No,
with
no,
the height of the sign.
I
I'd let it
understand what you're
project 2
saying.
feet,
I'm just
and you
saying
can
that
certainly manage
every
that.
awning has to have a drop and a bottom support.
How high
Yeah.
is the soffit where the door is? Off of the,
Off the step,
the top landing, if we're,
it's only 8 inches above,
6'8" plus 8? It's a 6'8" door and it's
It-
8 inches above that?
the soffit.
Right here. This underside here,
Right.
right,
Okay, so basically from right here to the top?
to here,
Oh, to there.
from here to here, how high is that? It's a 6'8" door, right? They didn't cut the door off, did they?
No, no, no.
So it's at least 6'8", it's probably more like 7 or maybe a bit more than 7 feet from here to here?
No. It would be right around 7.
So there's about
See,
4
right
inches
now,
from the
this
door?
pole
Forget-
projects out,
Forget the pole, I'm talking
Right.
about from here,
yeah.
from here to here.
The purpose of the awning is basically ornamental,
Yeah.
period. So if it only sticks out 2 feet,
See what I'm getting at? If
it
this is
still
7
gets the
foot
job
4.
done, and you can,
Yeah.
But what you don't understand is that I would only have 8 inches to attach it.
If this is 7'4", you could come down here 4 inches, come out basically straight,
I need to see what Michael's
come up
describing.
here and come back this way, like that. This could be your side could do that, right? And you can go like that.
Difficult to envision upside down.
Yeah, I know, let me draw it and then you can turn it around.
Sure.
And then this can come around this way. So I don't know how much drop you have between here and here under this sign
It's
that's
almost a
there.
flat on. There would be no pitch.
It would be very flat, yes, right.
Right.
But it would also not hit somebody in the head when they walked out the door.
Well, what if you cut is this saying the same thing? It said, here's your drawing where the awning comes down to here.
Yeah.
It comes, what if you stopped it here and it came down like that? You'd still the same pitch. You'd pull back this much. I think,
If
wouldn't that
we
give you a
pull
little
it
more?
back to, you're saying 24 inches
Yeah.
instead of 42,
Mhm,
okay?
mhm.
Then the
You still have
drop,
this attachment here,
we can reduce the drop
yes.
to probably 18.
Mhm.
See, what you gotta,
And add 6 inches.
what you gotta keep is from this step here, right,
Yeah.
that guy,
Mhm.
from there to the underside or whatever you're doing out here.
Right.
That's gotta be 7
good.
feet.
So what well,
Are we all saying the same thing? Oh, no, Tony's saying this, but you're saying that's Venetian and you can't do that.
well, I'm saying that's not gonna.
That
It's not gonna
doesn't give you the
enough.
stiffness.
You need more here, right? You
I'm-
need something more
I'm
along this
gonna
pole.
say that
You need
that-
that width.
Well, I think the pole can go.
Wait,
He can
first-
mount back to this, right?
Well,
If you
that's
do
somebody
this, it
else's
can
door.
come right,
You-
no, that's the dividing the two
That's the
tenants.
dividing
Oh,
the
is it?
two,
Is
but
this door
on
angled?
this side-
It's
Yes,
angled
it
when you
is.
go in
It
there,
is
so.
angled.
Well, on this side, what's that coming back to?
That's
Going back to the
only
building?
going back 3 inches.
No, no, what,
To right here. There's a walkway between,
right. But
between the brick.
your frame of this thing, right? Doesn't it have a pole that comes back
Where's
this
this,
way
like
for
this
support?
way? You know?
There, right here, there's the same iron brace beneath this that this is attached to, and there's about a 4-inch, you can see right here, there's a 4-inch
Structural piece.
structural piece.
So you're coming back and you're banging into that 4-inch structural piece.
Well, it's actually under, you don't see it. Yeah.
Well,
from
I'm
the-
just drawing this
right,
because that's what I
right.
can
Yes,
see.
yes,
But
exactly.
it's coming back and it's mounted on that.
Exactly.
Right, so that's part of the building.
Yes.
So you could do the same thing here and just extend it back to this, right? And get rid of this darn pole, which looks kind of like crap.
Well, that's true, the pole does look bad, but.
So if
So-
you
so
extended
we made
it,
If we made it wider, okay, and we just cut around here, and we attached here,
right,
only higher.
right.
um,
So this pole, this bottom pole is longer than the top pole because it's going back underneath to
Okay.
get
So it
that.
kind of returns them.
But you're, okay, and we, our initial design didn't want to infringe upon the sign.
Well, let's not, I mean, let's talk about one thing at a time.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, are your modifications by,
It still leaves the fascia sign visible. And then it looks like you're gonna double up, and then you're gonna put lettering on the fascia of the.
Well, right now,
awning as
I'm
well.
really only trying to address the bottom edge of this thing at the moment. And what I'm hoping is that the bottom support here can go against that structural piece that you just told me about over there. It can come across the face as a structural piece. It's not having any intermediate go-backs because there's nothing to go back to, right? And when it gets to this corner, it can go back and be a little bit longer and hit this demising wall, which is
Right.
presumably structural enough to hold that.
right,
And we can get rid of this darn thing.
right,
And the bottom of that pole has to be 7 feet off of this step.
right,
So wherever that is setting the bottom of the awning.
right.
Now, you still can push the awning in or out as long as it doesn't get,
There's no intention or,
It's a fixed awning.
it's
No,
a
but
fixed
I
awning.
think
no,
you
I'm
mean by
saying in your design.
Make it
You
short,
can
make
push it in,
smaller.
you can pull it out.
Right.
The critical dimension is from here to that horizontal support has to be 7 feet. That's what the code is. That's what's safe for a guy walking sideways on this step so he's not going to hit his head.
Right. The design was, I mean, I'll go back to the owners and see whether they even want they wanted the pitch and the projection to also cast shadow. All right, they've got a window full of jewelry that they don't want really exposed to the sun all day.
Right.
Okay, so if we shorten it to 24 inches, they lose all functionality.
Well, you may not have to shorten it to 24 inches.
But if we raise the pitch, we also allow a lot more sun in. It's not.
I don't
what
follow
you're
that.
drawing here,
Yeah.
okay, has no pitch to it.
Well, that's the bottom. I presume the bottom is no pitch. Isn't that what you had in mind?
No, but he's
Yes,
saying,
but
if
the
you raise,
bottom
it's
was-
like you're
was-
raising this part of, I don't know that Mike's raising that part, Michael's raising that. Like, you're still keeping the same, is this the bottom of it?
It can't be. That's way too
No.
low.
Well, see, that's just it. Basically,
The bottom can't be less than 7 feet from that step to the bottom.
Right, okay.
That's the code.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm sorry to interject, but
That's
we
my
can't sit here and design this.
Yeah. No.
We can't.
But
And
he
we're not
needs to-
supposed to.
What
He
if you
needs
made
to
it
know
come
the
out like
rules.
this?
I know,
So you
but,
stop
and the
and make it
rule
from
is
here.
7 feet. We've said that
That's it.
several times.
So that's what you
So
got to
within those
address with your
parameters-
design.
then I apologize. My discussion with Matt was, it was the base here. It's more than 9 feet.
And he probably didn't recognize that
Maybe he's
those.
thinking from the base to the bottom here.
This is an unusual building. Usually that would be the case
This is an
because
unusual building.
normally you'd be
It's
going
because
right
of
in
the
at the door from the
stairs.
sidewalk.
It's because, you're right.
Right.
At this point, I appreciate your time, but there's no,
Now, there is one other option you could think about.
yeah.
What you have is a danger situation where there's something too low on an area where somebody's going to walk.
Yeah.
You could put something vertical there, a lattice screen, something that stops somebody from walking where the thing is too low.
That's-
It may or may not, depending on how it's done. It could be,
Oh, okay. Oh,
right.
some sort of screen where
you could
people
have
have to actually
walk around it so that nobody's going to hit their head.
Right.
But if somebody walks across that and gets whacked in the head, it's going to be a lawsuit, and we can't approve it. It's not in conformance with the code.
Right.
Wherever someone stands on an upper step or a lower step or on pavement in front of the building, it's gotta be at least 7 feet.
Right. All right,
All right? If I can talk to Claire and come back next month.
all right, I'll try and redesign this. If we can do it Venetian and it can support any kind of snowfall, we'll come back. I mean, there are Venetian awnings that,
Well, let me just say a couple things. Jumping ahead just a second, the lettering, let's just real quickly hit what's on the valance
Yeah.
itself. You're saying here 7-inch number and letters,
yeah.
but then somewhere you say fonts to match the sign above, is that
Oh,
your
yeah,
intention?
yeah, that's just the style.
Typeface, you mean typeface, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna use the same typeface?
Yeah,
Where's that drawing?
yeah.
Not the same
That's
sign.
fine, but the height of your drop is 10 inches, correct?
So basically, of the 10-inch rigid valance proposed, I would use this font to put their name.
Okay, but you're not using the cursive font then for jewelers?
No.
Okay, so it's just this
Strictly
Roman font?
Foreign, yeah.
Okay.
Strictly the font.
Okay. All right, okay, all right, fine.
But-
And that's
again-
gonna be gold?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, what I would say, and I don't know, see what you guys think, if you do need to talk, obviously, to the owner.
Yeah,
In general, green sunbrella, 10-inch drop, 7-inch letters,
That's all
gold
good.
letters, rigid frame, I think all that's fine with us. If you can design it in such a way, redesign it in such a way to
Right.
meet that 7 foot at the top of the awning, we can approve it, and you don't have to come back. Do
okay.
you see what I'm saying?
I have to,
But that's a little bit of engineering to figure out whether you can make the
exactly,
Venetian
I have
work.
to figure out a way
Right.
to support the front of it, okay, without
Right,
coming down below 7 feet.
right.
Right.
So I think in general, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, we could approve everything here as long as you conform to the 7 feet
Right.
at that top step.
I agree.
And then you don't have to come back.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
all right.
all right. Do we have a motion to that effect?
So move. Can we say that? No. Oh,
So moved.
What,
well, then someone else is gonna have to say it.
I want to amend that by saying I'm going to have to take the wings off and then basically come down maybe 10 inches from the top and put maybe 2 crossbars or something to,
As long as we don't hit our head, no, the tall
No,
people
no.
don't, yeah, okay.
no.
Okay.
But if I'm only coming down 10 inches from the top, I'm leaving 14 inches, which gives me more than 7 feet from the step.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I would take the wings off and then just engineer supports for the front,
Okay.
okay, for snow load, and still have the pitch, because the front of it will still be well over 7 feet,
Okay.
okay?
Well,
right.
wait a minute. The supporting mechanisms are also over 7 feet, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
There's nothing that will
that
hit
extends
anybody in the
below
head.
seven.
What I'm saying
That's what
is,
we care about.
I would come from 10 inches down,
Right.
not 24 inches
Right.
down, and angle
Okay.
to the front,
Oh, sure.
okay?
And that's always
Some
7
sort
feet
of-
above the step.
Sure,
That's-
exactly.
that's
And we're leaving that, that's your purview. So
Okay.
we're approving everything as long as you maintain 7 feet.
Right.
Okay?
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-49 be conditionally approved for the sign at Foreign and Jewelers, 105 North Wayne Avenue, as follows. The umbrella color is approved, the signage is approved for font and color, the drop size is approved, the signage lettering size is approved, and that the caveat for the design revision be that no portion of the awning or the awning support structure is less than 7 feet from the surface below it upon which a person can walk.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Second.
Tony's, we
Favor?
second everything
Aye.
together.
Thanks very
Okay.
much.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Okay, and the last item, this is in addition to the agenda tonight, is DRB-09-51, A Taste of Britain, and I don't have an address, but I know.
I know where it
Hi.
is.
For a wall, this is a wall sign, right, Matt?
It's
Proposed wall
a
sign? or more than
hanging
just wall?
post sign and a monument sign.
Okay.
Is it 50 or 51?
So we just moved
Oh.
into Spread Eagle Village.
Right.
Heard.
Yeah.
Is this the tea shop that used to be up in, like, Devon?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you're moving away?
We
Spread
just
Eagle
moved
Village.
to Spread Eagle Village.
Fabulous.
Yes,
How
so today
wonderful.
was
It's
our
no longer
second
Spread Eagle
day.
Village, right? It's
That's
not
right.
Spread Eagle Village
Shop
anymore.
Creek,
The shop's
something
at
or other.
Eagle Village or something, right?
Yes.
It's very fancy. Meets you for
Okay.
tea.
So they already have the monument sign. It's already being built on
Mhm.
Lancaster. It's been approved, but
Yep.
they're gonna put the 3 restaurants placards on that monument sign. So it'll be a Taste of Britain, George's, and then George's Cafe.
Oh, when is that happening?
And then that's
They're building
my
the thing,
portion.
They're building it now.
I know,
That's
yeah, I
gonna
saw
go
this
on
one.
Lancaster.
What's the time?
Just one thing, I'm a little confused. This is what we were given here,
Right, that's the monument
and that's the one
sign.
they're building now?
Yeah.
How are all
so-
3 of you going on there? Are you going on different monument signs?
There's, I think, the one that's closest to our interest, which is right by Clear Sound.
It's just you, and then further up is
Right.
George's? Okay, gotcha.
Great.
So my portion will be 13 inches by 52 inches, and
Okay.
it'll just say A Taste of Britain, Tea
Right.
Shop, Cafe, Boutique Catering,
Okay.
and it'll be 2-sided.
And
Wooden.
I know they showed us, they came in for this. This is, what's the background color of this monument sign?
They're red?
It's like a purpley color. I
Yeah.
think.
And the lettering is what?
Mine is like a chocolate brown color.
Oh, so you're not going to match theirs?
No.
I
With
wish I
the
could see
cream
it, but I
back.
remember.
Is that what this is?
Yeah. I kept the George's stuff for a while.
That's what mine is, yes.
That's going to actually be on this monument sign?
Yes.
This is what's going on the monument sign?
Exactly, yeah.
Is there a reason it's different than?
That is going out front of my store.
All right, but this one, I
That's
mean,
the hanging post sign,
this one says cafe, then there's a nice little squiggly thing. Tea
right?
shop and boutique catering.
Right.
This one says tea shop, comma, cafe, comma.
Oh, you mean because they're different order?
They're different order and they don't, and this has,
He likes the
has a
squiggly.
comma and no squiggly.
Oh, you like the
nice
squiggly?
little-
Okay. Can change that, it's fine.
Don't you think it would be better to have it consistent? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would look good. It's a nice detail.
okay.
In fact, this is great looking.
Thank you. That green is a little faded because of the printer, so it
Mhm.
really should be this green. And Matt has the exact colors that we're doing.
I'm into the details here.
Good pickup.
What's the size on this?
That one is 3 feet by 2.5 or 2.6 feet.
Oh, can we
And
see
then
that? We
here
don't
are
have a
the
copy.
dimensions of.
Can we see that? We don't have a
This
copy of
one?
that. Yeah.
Here's this one too.
Oh, is that more accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious to see that. yeah. So this is going in the planting bed in front of the store?
Right, exactly. 'Cause we're set all the way back to the
Okay.
village. So
Where are you? Are you back where?
We're at the old Seidenberg luggage. Used to be in between Ellie and Grand Mercy Clothing.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you there now? Are you in?
We are, yes.
Good.
Today was our second day of business.
Good.
does everybody know? You know, you should use the mic and tell everybody who doesn't know about your business and where you're located.
He's my husband.
No, on
No, no,
TV. It's on TV.
On TV.
Oh,
You're
on
on,
TV.
you're
You'd
on
be surprised.
TV.
People say, "Oh, I saw you on TV. You're on TV."
Oh, geez.
You're on live
I know.
TV.
Just
I
what you.
didn't know that.
Now tell us a little about your business and exactly where you're located.
This one?
That mic, yeah. Just stand in front of it.
We're located right in between Ellie and Grand Mercy Clothing, where the old Seidenberg luggage used to be located, in Spread Eagle Village.
And what do you offer?
We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5. We're a British tea shop offering a lot of British goods, china, and then we also serve lunch all day, soup, salads, quiche, panini, and next year we're going to be open for dinner.
And tea
Oh,
sandwich.
nice.
Tea
And do you do
sandwiches.
takeout?
We do takeout, and on Sundays we do private parties, kids' birthday parties and tea parties and baby showers and bridal showers.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Terrific. Okay.
But I understand what you mean about the words are in different
Right.
order. That completely
Well, let me
makes
say,
sense.
the word, this, what is the material of this sign?
It's a carved wood.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that looks great. Now, one thing, just so I'm getting my color straight here.
Right.
I mean, obviously, this is a green and creamy palette, and then I don't recall what the Eagle Village shops.
It is, sort of-
Is
I mean, I
Eagle
remember them
Village-
talking about their signs.
I
Yeah.
gave Jeff Martin, who designed the monument,
Mhm.
what I proposed, and he said it would be
Look good.
great,
Well,
so.
it's going to go on the purple. It's kind of a pair, it's going to go on the
Right,
purple,
it's
right?
like a purpley color.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I
Kind of a
remember,
purple color. What are the Eagle Shop Village's lettering? I do remember some purple in this logo.
is it, do you remember, Matt? The Eagle Villages, is it purple and red? I know George's,
Color
George
scheme?
is keeping his
George's is
sign,
red.
He's
and his
keeping
is red.
yeah, right.
But Eagle
And-
Village is not.
I remember thinking their sign looked really good, but I just can't remember what colors, other than with, you're saying it's purple and what?
Well, they have a new brand.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
a creamy gold.
Spread Eagle
but-
That's it.
Village signage.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's
it's
like a-
purple with kind of a creamy
that?
gold.
Right.
Change the brand of.
Yes.
Spread
So
Eagle
my
Village.
Yeah, this
background
is
will
the
be
new
that
monument.
creamy color
Mhm.
with the brown.
Okay.
Did you hear what, you remember that? The creamy gold, they said it's going to be a little different, that when they showed it to us, it was purple with a creamy gold, and they kept saying it's not showing exactly as it's going to be, but your background wear is going to be, so is this going to be on the creamy gold, or is this going to be on the purple?
That's going to be on the creamy gold, so my background, and then the brown will be what stands out.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be, is there any other background behind here other than the creamy gold?
No, no,
The creamy gold, it's kind of hard to picture. but-
Right.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
because the green
Mhm.
and the
That'll look
purple
nice.
wouldn't look
Okay with it?
No,
good together.
I like green and purple together, but
So, and the green is consistent with the interior in my shop. So that's why we did the green as our hanging post sign.
how much seating are you going to have?
We can seat 50 people.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
big, this is
Mm-hmm.
bigger than the last one.
It
huh?
is, yes.
Bigger than a taste of Britain. It's
Yeah.
gulp of Britain. Okay. Okay, so we like the sign back at the shop. I think we like the monument piece. We recommend that you have the same cafe
The
tea
same.
shop, and whether those are ampersands or daisies,
Okay.
whatever they are, we like that.
Okay.
Any other comments?
No, I just like it.
Okay.
I'm going for tea.
All right, so do we have a motion then?
Okay, so we didn't really make any proposed, we
Just
didn't
change
propose any
this.
changes except for the
Change the
order and
wording
adding.
and add the,
All right, so, and
Yeah.
do I have a DRB number, or should I just say DR?
51.
51, DRB 51,
No, DRB-09
09-51, A Taste of Britain. I move that we accept the proposal with the following changes. The word order match on the monument sign.
Okay.
And you introduce those little ampersands.
Yes.
Stars.
okay.
Okay,
That's
is there a
easy.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Do you want this back?
Okay.
Sure, thank you.
So
Do we
this
have
is a
any more
little- is this a little
business
closer to
before the
green?
board? Okay.
There's three,
What's that?
311 Lancaster Avenue is here.
You're back. Oh, you are back.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry about
sorry.
that.
Ed Goodwin from Thomas Hall and
Right, right,
Associates.
right, right.
We worked up to the last minute, so. And then
Trying
Katrina
our
pooped out
continuation
on me.
file.
Right, so we don't have anything, right? Because I,
You should have a black and white elevation.
A new one?
Yeah. And
I
then,
already threw it on the floor, I
this
guess.
is the color. My printer conked out, so I only could get one printed on my way over
Can we
here.
just pass one, I'll look and pass it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, yes, so we went from more subtle, the awnings were toned down.
Went with the earth tone.
Yeah. Oh, I kept that, yeah. Where'd I put it?
Flip it over, there you go.
So based on your comments from the last meeting, we simplified the design. We got rid of the stone altogether, and we went back and looked through Wayne and picked up on the brick and the kind of limestone look of the vernacular of downtown Wayne. Changed the awning colors to a more of a earth tone palette, and got rid of the gooseneck lighting altogether. The signage will, each individual shop owner will come in before you and do signage. So that's just a placeholder. Let's see what else we had.
You're still showing multicolored awnings.
We said
Correct.
that was okay, we just said, I think we said okay, but we wanted it to be more subdued or have some, I remember us saying it doesn't have to be the same as what they did down at Radnor Hotel where they're all black.
We also looked through Wayne and Suburban Square. Not one center has the same color throughout the whole center.
No, we just approved all these different colors for.
So we tried to get a
Let me
palette
ask
that we
you,
thought
but-
would work better across the board.
But if that's the case, and for your client, which is Baker, are you actually putting the awnings up, or they're going to be
We're
as
going to
you
put
go?
we're going to put the awnings up as they go, but if they deviate from this rendering, then the tenant would come in for signage and a different color awning if they decide
Okay, all right.
to deviate from what we have here.
Okay. All right, we could approve that.
I like the stripes.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, we're,
Looks
you know,
much better.
we like it as well, so we're hoping you're
Yeah.
excited by it.
It's amazing how, what a difference it makes, yeah.
Did we have any other issues? I can't remember. It was the cast stone surrounds.
Oh, maybe I wrote it down.
No. We didn't have anything with lighting or
Okay,
anything.
you're gonna
right?
come
Is this
back
Wayne
for
Square,
the-
Wayne Square?
The site plan and lighting and,
We were going to
That's
lose
not
the
changing.
banding,
Okay,
awning
all right.
program more subtle, not
Right.
necessarily one color. Schematic for
Chairman?
signage, consistent across the board, gooseneck lighting, why and where, and lose the banding
Oh, right.
around-
We had an issue
Yeah.
before with these frames around
Yeah.
some signs and not on others, and you've
Uh-huh.
gotten rid of those, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's good.
Mr. Chairman, he said the site and the lighting is not changing. The islands don't change.
Yeah, nothing,
No.
Lighting changes.
nothing's changing.
All right. Well, I think we were okay with that. You were using some of the downtown lighting. You had these not goosenecks, but these,
Yeah, the same fixture we used at 200 is going to be
Industrial
the lights
lighting.
outside the
Right.
towers, and the pole light is the township, and the bench is the township bench,
yeah,
and the trash can, we're matching all the overlay.
I think it looks good.
I do
You guys
too.
okay?
I like it.
Okay.
It's much stronger looking.
All right.
All right,
Great, thanks.
All right, then we have a motion. We're going back to, I don't have my sheet. It's the first item on the agenda.
I'll make a motion that DRB 09-40 for Baker Properties at 311 Lancaster Avenue be approved in accordance with the revised proposal of this evening.
Is there a second?
second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye. Okay.
All right,
thanks.
thank you very
Thanks
much.
for
it's great.
coming back in.
Our problem, our problem.
So now what, like, construction, when do you think?
And I got to do the drawings, and they got to bid it, and
So how much longer is Acme going to be there is what I
it'll
want?
probably be sometime in, I guess, early spring. We'll get,
Okay.
Get at least half of it done. So.
Okay. All right, if there's no more business before the board, I move we adjourn. Okay. Thank you.